Well, yeah, to you media this one, say my cousin Kyle say a higher Badwam on Adom TV, multi TV, so do Badwam Mpensenpensemu, bro, afe quickly, no more back home, you know, be yenting free or nafe, yembra back to studio now, immediate come or we say, oh yeah, Funia quickly, you know it already, the pledge, Oshebo, now do dinner show, me Alex Badwam, me a year, a chinsua him up, papa be, me. Yamfo hene papa bi House of Chiefs president no me ye capital go so hene papa bi you know foundation ho me Alice Kopi papa bi me Yakubu Chipsa papa bi me Oman hene papa bi to the foundation I have pledge na no now the wudi she ho wi na wa hyebo se obeye nyoma ese fata de nkunimdie ne impeja ebebre ahafo under the able leadership of George Boache, our regional minister supported by our formidable team MPs no your presidential candidate potential Eriko Poku Kayeho, your wisdom port, Collins Dowda, we have Ira Bano, Almighty Frida Prempe, your Ira Bobi, Deputy Minister of Sports, Dr. Benjamin, also Taichi Dindin, and Afi, who also Jibraya for this year, baby, Obiano, also Oshib may be a proud Afonian. Makacho says, we penny a judge to say, listen, see a Shagana, Sino. The Ghana baby ano so yes ya jatum the papa din kunim the bre Ghana and no asem and ebeka. We are celebrating the life of the late Gabriel Kinsley Brimpong on 97 years. Into nyame the chair 7th of May and the year nshihye ebeko so konongo on the 7th of May a Saturday you no ebetumpem woni fie OTN block C15 konongo Anna Edinburgh Tumpe. Now, if burial service no at St. Gabriel's Cathedral, Catholic Cathedral, and also Konongo. Na afe yabetina se aye yi nankasa ewo eye Konongo, eye social center honum. Tien so aye for the late aye Gabriel Kinsley Brimpong, aka Father Rutolf, and wasem ana making. A money bini Mr. John Kojo Brimpong. Late Madam Angelina Brimpong Kumasin Owo, Mr. Raphael Brimpong Owon Crime, Madam Faustina Brimpong Owon Crime, Madam Georgina Nyako Brimpong Italy, Madam Rita Prempe Brimpong or UK, Mr. George K. Brimpong Kumasi, Mr. Lawrence Kojo Brimpong of Belgium, Mr. Alex Francis Brimpong of Italy, Mrs. Lucy Brimpong Ofuri Aye, UGMC Accra. Yanko Tebusian for on the 7th of May, Ewo Konongo, Bromoko Kata on Papa. So the late Gabriel Kinsley Brimpong, 97 years celebration of life. On the brighter side of life, when our cameraman or come here and crew, Ekunyan Hokenia. Yes, when you're bar papa. Inti a happy birthday and koma Ohima Savior. Ohima, it's also a bununi to me jibre. Or SM bias for my region, or Hima Papa B. Sylvia. Oh, yeah, Techimani this year, Papa. Dear Fabra from the way they are, because President I do few, the way they measure we the Ohima Savior, or Ohima Sayajinkwa, Ohima Savior, Papa B. Techimani this year, and I want happy birthday and call Emma. If we the cameraman no what ya me hono kope be feature no 2 flowers ye be fia be the sefata bia to the kwakuma to ye is a process ye be fia be the say bia Ohima Savior hey techiman ebony ba kope ala techiman ebony ba kope wow edbc and akwa ebunu 4 day bunu ene half 4 day intino Meaning our free breakum swatinasi. Open wine bia or Ghana. Wine bia wine. The biggest wine shop in Ghana. A Bununi Neton. The biggest wine shop in Ghana. Bununi dia. You do says you be a proud Bono person. The biggest wine shop in Ghana, you know, they are super a Bununi Nidia. Yakasa, when you say Yakasa, wine shop, the whole Ghana, the headed dear or Bununi. Open wine papa beata from A to Z. obebo amonye biato oye MPP ni osayi dwedini ana osayi kwieni omyema minua buru ni akwaba Richard Asante yeboa akwaba
yemo pankase
bibia eboko
nyame ene yedini
me chia na amewu yewu so abetra me chia ya kokota bi me de yewu amewu yewu so many baba jaba e dey tie komonasi amewu yewu it's not to say that's the meaning of amewu pacho emphasis sake clarification. I think one of few people also about various ministries are deputizing now flow through the ranks in the party they find themselves in deputy local, deputy
labor relations,
tourism,
information, and then Eastern region.
Wow.
Vice President.
Vice President. He's part of the legal team of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Once upon a time, a member of parliament, and a lady, or practicing full law. Or practicing the full law. Let me be a come.
And I also watch
big space. It's a big space. Well, I mean, you Alexibom. Now, no doubt, we want to trust you. Ba ewareye Pamela Onukunu. Correlations. Our kwanye wa ba unyame nkamo na bibia ntimi ko kama. Alexibom machiawa no pay ana Nana Billy. SUTF also per MPP chairman. So hashtag still Nana Billy. Also a chairman in another pay. But I don't know what to say. Mona say no my IBC but say Bibi Aboko.
Nami Adom. Bibi Akoso.
Dr. Richard. Richard the doctor.
Yeah.
Was it Dr. Richard the doctor. And what BT me no. I don't want carry answer me. Oh wow. Richard do the assemble. Oh, Bruno for your idea. Dr. Richard Asante Yeboah. Let's be careful about those titles. Dr. Richard Asante Yeboah. Hey! Na Bruno for the creative. Wow!
After law, no, I say, yeah, so.
Oh, wow.
Business in
but all the business na kata when the amount for him class, what's his school them though? All the business are kata when
say, you say, me cash a law school, no, me lecture back on cash and bitch, must say. Every successful lawyer works for a successful businessman. So for me to be a successful lawyer, why don't I become a successful businessman? So obviously my mindset, over the years, I tilted towards the course of
business,
making progress through the business angle. I thought politics in any lecture near that in the but I didn't hear me. I had them and say maybe be na my yuma. Senebeya make me a contributor to society development.
Yes, lawyer Baba Jamal.
Yeah.
Is it the Confucius legal team that I say okay?
Legal team, the Confucius legal team.
Okay.
We are very solid. We are united. We know what we are doing. Supreme Court Akasa, we disagree vehemently with them. We think that the Supreme Court didn't serve the cause of justice in this country. It is clear, sir, over the years, there has been a particular conduct of the court. And the conduct is tilted towards, sir, we will save the representation of people. So what must say. And that is why, starting even as far back as Teresa Adote, I was Wogon.
Yeah.
Even though there was a case against her, the court makes sure that she was maintained in Parliament because
the case was still ongoing.
And the case was ongoing. And because then I was Wogon.
He needed a representation.
So that must say, no matter how defective it is, no matter how defective, we have to emphasize that, no matter how defective it is, because a bad plan is better than no plan. So what must say? Because it's the same people no say lie at Truaba. Young fan process when we near, at least they move bituman. So for now, no, even if it's defective, we should maintain that representation. The same principle. And I call we Asangregua. You call him Techiman South. Yes, you can say in Kayabese, Techiman South no one when we near Bano. Ye challenging Tinkayin in free parliament. The principle the court told us, they say, the people of Techiman South don't need representation. Also be gina home for the meantime. In this ABB, yemma papa na yeden enyina ho until say court be decided. And we see many occasions say no, there are about 8 parliamentary disputes across this country. In fact, maybe more. Ko him say Jomoro ho, Pusiga ho, Banda ho, Tema West ho, Sewi also ho. And
all these are
ongoing parliamentary disputes. But all the people who are being challenged, you know, they are in parliament. Indeed, what is the basis? And that's why we disagree with the Supreme Court there. Say your presidential disputer would force under the purview of Supreme Court, the jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Adentina, one injunctive president. Because at every point in time, somebody must be on the seat. In this occasion, you are challenging, you. And you see, I find some of the comments of especially Dami, very, very. I would say that it was unnecessary as Attorney General, because his rush to say the electoral commission should go ahead and start preparing on all those things was unnecessary, because you see what has happened in the Supreme Court now. Yenni akonyanim finisimo ana yaje finise. Injunction e da tono. Into omo muti omo ntiase no. Yenkati aja kono because yenyanji akonyano because Supreme Court ankasa in his own ruling, you know, or say they are subjecting this in to the final determination of the case. Not just asembuzo ho ayeka alamebo asembuzo ho ayeka intending to obedient sabia ye ma wuru we are dey ko by election enya nuzo yenya me ho gra me kura ne yenya nuru ho, because now the Supreme Court injunction Supreme Court recognizes the fact that there is the need to expedite. I will say in term. Now some because Cape Coast High Court ruling no mine. It was predicated on Article 94(2)(a). Dudwana Jinasa article no so. Say at the time now all kwako form no or allegiance to another country. Because Article 94(2)(a) no deals with allegiance. So what must say. And the whole na yen ka say yen refer the any day. Enko Supreme Court, because in terms of allegiance, you see when we read that Article 248 together with PNDC law 284 no. 284 no say a person should be qualified at the point of election. 284 21D.
And the election is the process.
It's a process. The election is to open up.
It's even good that you have even helped me. That election is a process. And in the case of the political parties with the electoral commission, electoral commission disqualified NIPA 8. Political parties about 8. When they went to the Supreme Court, the ruling of Supreme Court was delivered by Adinyara. And she stated completely said, nomination is a process. Nomination is not an event. And the process includes amendments, corrections, changes, and all these things for it to be complete. And Tiafan said, in the September na or fill form no, or no there, no actual Canadian authorities say matching for Canada. So there is evidence that say as at that time no, in his allegiance no there, he owes no allegiance to Canada. Only Canada came. Because what you had
on acceptance by the
please. You see, allegiance. No, I'm not. Allegiance is a matter of conscience. So what must say? Allegiance. What you had? So sorry. Now, utrolete. Edema multimedia. Say multimedia. Me no engagement view. Some multimedia be accept you. So I'm accept you. Why doing that? Who free how bet my bet you? Se contract bi na o sika o so odwama no odwama no o se me medwuma bi me dey no me wo o medwuma be chu betra ha edwuma. So allegiance is a different ball game altogether. And that's why obi bisa say your loss of a way no adentina yen say me say me your loss no has no problem. Because when you look at 284 and the way and the allegiance and what the boom now The electoral commission, the Supreme Court ban. Now all this way koso. Supreme Court said there be na ono de yen twenen sensan. Me where is the justice here? No, I read the ruling. I read all the ruling yesterday. Supreme Court tilted more towards say obi ebrekilo, and so it is all the people of Ghana who will suffer. Yes, we agree. But what is it in the court? The court is guided, especially when it comes to injunctions. The court is guided by some 3-4 principles. The major principle is say, in case you injunctive nipana, will it cause damage? Will there be irreparable damage? I can't say irreparable damage. For example, where obi ebebu fi, so at must say assassinate me the obi ebebu fi. Now so assassinate if you me the no cause say or man wako man injunction say me move you no obu we are not say me beka we no obu dan no and no there will be irreparable damage to you because obu say no style opesa we no we no was say unima dey chef you all those things. And no court will stop it. But in this case, no. Judicial question, what's in parliament for one year, what damage has it caused anybody? In fact, removing him from parliament, no, rather causes damages to the people of the. Because you see, if at the end of the day, you yourself say there is a case before you, if at the end of the day, judicial question, so we need case now, who would have suffered? But if he was there, and would it cause anything to anybody? It will cause no harm to the people. And that is why some of us vehemently disagree. Say the Supreme Court has departed from the general conduct of courts. No, courts no submaya actually no. Say baby oh ye uniform de no montra ho. Anamewa montra wasem ne kawia. You be if you we ya no ha ya no na adenti na we na me fa bibi ntwato what my stress is here me hwe pepe mu I don't know whether it is a collect reportage.
What's that saying?
Say Assin must suffer the fate of Adom Sakande.
When it comes to damn
very uncalled for.
No, you cannot.
That's what I'm saying. Say I've self-noticed. Say I hope that it is a correct publication. Based on what I'm seeing here, I'm commenting based on this. So if it is very unfair, coming from an attorney general, very unfair, sir, because at the most secondary situation, me person will be ochi mintin as at the most secondary situation here completely different. How? Different in the sense, sir. In at the most secondary case, when you say in the course of which you can say or some allegiance to Burkina. And the UK. He has not served notice anywhere, say.
Or that allegiance.
And now we are changing for that allegiance. That is the fundamental difference between Adom Sakande Diano and Judicial. Judicial, there's evidence to show, say, what come authorities it was the processes on the other side I delayed. But in any case, only 284 Bemwa, PND's or 284 Bemuna. Or see, here, now. Somebody can be disqualified, can be unqualified yesterday by 284, by the operation of 284. No, what might qualify them? And Papa knows only a letter certificate of renunciation on the 26th of November. Temio, 26th November 2020. Yet Wabano, 7th December 2020. Even at that point, no grano. None certificate neither. It was based on that certificate note or the call electoral commission when he was invited to the electoral commission. Electoral commission is as we are youth association or development association for Assin didn't call electoral commission. Electoral commission invite you now by because they call this is as a by region by national headquarters. National headquarters na penning for no transit. And the judicial question go in certificate renunciation by say. My certificate, even though at the time now me no there, but the electoral commission cleared him to go and contest the elections. And today, we have the Supreme Court throwing all of it, because I'm saying that this decision, you know, has rather caused more damage than serving the cause of justice. And I think that there are enough people who don't deserve this treatment by the Supreme Court. They don't.
All right, that's it. Doc.
Let me say, minimum NDC for I drew in semi court one. I mean, who say minimum Baba I sir and pay more, but the good number of them, they practically rain insults and insinuations on the Supreme Court. It created the impression say, court bad time no, I take steps say, and some man would be too money no, I then on be to I am more if say in case I would be cause the strength of a case in the based on evidence I'd be caught to him. What's saying that? Ya would then enquire ye. Ye question. And this for hano na dream call ni be so. Open from day one, ye mo NDC for him say ya never copy. Nebe wie no, ye be call by election. The NDC who call omo constituencies here, they are fishing out for candidates over the past 3 months for the by-elections. So when say bibi papa bibi from come on yes sir. All what they've been doing is trying to involve themselves in legal gymnastics, any time wasting games, just to waste everybody's time. Because the point is said from High Court, you know, the actual say elections, you know, ye through, say by-elections. We go through the other appellate process, you know, called events appeal court, I could pay Supreme Court, and away in a baby people. Now, oh yes, I am away in now. Now, what can we say? They started criminal processes against the same person. In the same way, NDC are buying started against Adom Sakande. Adom Sakande situation say different. What be difference by any woman? And now started processes so person we MP no. You be say now owe allegiance to another country now. Form now be feel no. Who sign say emra wo fill form na akoto is no. You be say owe allegiance to any other country. What's it that be? But you see the mere fact what throw letter no. When you say nipa be ready to start renunciation processes. E be a document no go dey kono one sign refie one sign. A court near reject it. Cause ye be a documentation even nyamo I saw this system no one fan shemu ye a court near reject it. So the mere fact wo what throw letter akoto e baby no e no nkyere say what throw ho krata no tell it no say call ye say omunsa kan so omunsa kan ye e no nkyere say wo no from that day onwards no we are the citizen of Ghana. That's not the issue. The issue is who far from now failure. Your child say, for me, your baby about say, me need any allegiance to any other country but the Republic of Ghana. When they now true. Uchom say the crown I said Debbie. Now, young can we say patapa pure away, ye them running raw. Now some ranana ye di raw NDC ni ora question omupeto in terms of name kosunyina. Unim say yetios is here. Unim say obi must articulate to so on resign na on contested by elections. What they don't know, they said. But the MPP ben win the next by elections. Or corner contest not can win not the criminal proceedings no quite successful. In terms of the chances, it includes events saying jail term. Into obekwa kosebo. Around that time, you say another by elections. Who want to go through all this? When the NDC knows, say, you know what? There's nothing I ever me appear with my back. Only I'm think more privately. I'm sure say I do it a Pascal. Niano muhia ni vote to divide no more the including making sure say back when this and them just to frustrate the system. No. But the point is say Nebusia or creation Nebusia. And on one time we say seven predecessor or source ye yodium. Na ko piese ye de ne koto nsamana so ye kolusu the criminal ayine de ne ko jela. Onu kwa na beda ho. He Ghana wo ana so onya asma o se mrani ha mrani adwuma. To bia tran radio so aka ne ope. What can Supreme Court be kan ne obeka. Court assembly be ye adwuma. Nya ne obeka radio so de akasa kasa no e na de be ye adwuma. O ma e wo ho o mususa. O yina mu wo ho. Wabusiafo wo be yama political party ayo yodium
You are not suggesting that.
I'm surprised.
You see,
I'm so
How do you
surprised.
conclude like
because the point is,
but there's an injunction pending further conversation on the matter. How do you jump into a conclusion that Nipa no? Adie sun no tezo no sun.
No, adie kosu. Ya wu bi do. Me see, what percent na odame
let us not give room to a certain perception that is being carried by even the National Security Minister. Let's not give room for that. We are operating a judicial system that we believe they are all hearing and reasonably all knowing, even though we are human. Already, there's a perception out there. There's a perception out there that the judiciary, maybe a challenges along the road. If you sit here and do certain conclusions, arrives at certain conclusions, as if say, unim de say call na afa. Now unim say call so na say
me na omo money gide say, when you are supporting a case and now you are in court, you believe in the strength of a case. Inti na okasa ho. Onu gina ho, o gide say, owura sakande, ye be wie no, ye be exonerate no. Me boa. That's the faith. And it's on push no. Means so where I sit and based on Niema Minim and in some court, me follow the processes of the court. In some court processes no. Make a court process in the SCC. Or tell me court process in the SCC, including
but court is no much to say. Who to account 1 second wouldn't be. Because court there's not much difference between Ora second na asemi anyway. At the same time, do you disagree that there's a difference between second case in the Gyakye?
What is the difference?
Watch it omu. Obi adwene da ho aka say as of the time na me go gina wa feeling krata no. Na me trim pom me da koto Canada for anim say sa ayonkofa ne eba me yema mo no free ho. See, form no there's not a portion that indicates say what tro krata komodi. You be say at the time I will fill it form.
I don't, because at that time I had written to no, but you see, no, you can't say that. You only can claim say you do not owe allegiance to Canada until say renunciation certificate now say you ajoatum. You did too much. Who krata na watro no and there was watro keke. And no na make sure say bet me kwa ba say krata na watro ba bi wa be one sign. Documentation be also provide. There some moments where you are even invited. I have to be questioning on various things. You've not gone through that process. Of course, you have to go through another process. You've just written a letter of intent. Intent, keke. What you are doing, keke, na kotuo. And then it says, when you're renouncing, I say, I know you're enough. Say, I actually letter of the black and black 30 so, and notice my renounce. You needed a certificate to show, say, on the other side, you are not recognized as a citizen. Sapa penalty. Now, you can't already them second there or no, sebi predecessor. NDC. And I push here, Mama Yargamo, eventually benefit from a very Boku Central or by MP. Because through the by election that Adam Sakande, you didn't call 2 MP. You didn't call 2 none of from where we are making reference to those things because in some night, the same thing. One occasion, so one now, so but the timing matters. He did it. By the time no na emrana veno. So court. Na what before high court. Uko wako anim. Osio uko se akọ hwehwemu agi nchiremu kakra the laws. Wako appellate court even say na oni nyina no you are getting a particular feedback. Who you be you advise yourself. You can be just involved in wanting to just go about litigating forever and ever. But the point is that there ought to be an end to litigation. There's nothing like perpetual ayana yama kwine, then the space to be doing all kinds of things and they say or China say you can continue. But at the end no and now you know to a China say unye MP. Okay, your friend say Baba, very quick comments but quickly just in from the New Patriotic Party headquarters Echo Horace Ewusi, Central Region, dear sir, decision of the National Executive Committee of the party on your indefinite suspension. I write to inform you that a meeting of the National Executive Committee of the party held on April 12, 2022, the committee, in accordance with the party's dispute and grievance procedures,
received the report of the National Disciplinary Committee on your petition regarding the indefinite suspension you were given by the Central Regional Executive Committee. After extensive deliberations on the report of the National Disciplinary Committee, the National Executive Committee has unanimously decided, in line with the Disciplinary Committee's recommendation, to lift your indefinite suspension and convert same into a definite suspension. It is the decision of the National Executive Committee that the definite suspension shall be conterminous with the tenure of office of the current regional executives. Accordingly, the lifting of the suspension in its entirety shall be effective on the day the Central Regional Party holds its 2022 Regional Annual Delegates Conference. And I was saying earlier, kindly accept assurances of our highest kindly accept assurances of our highest considerations as we count on your usual cooperation in the interest of the party. And it's signed John Boyd, the General Secretary. It's copied to the Regional Executive Committee, Central Region, and the National Executive Committee. Okay, so that's for Ekwawusi. Good morning, Mr. Ekwawusi.
We're free one.
Free one. Baba, not charge you Islamic school now. I don't want to come to call you. Be to the power. Viewers, money. What Baba has written here? Oh, okay, let us go.
Many understand, you know, everybody say, oh, you're a lawyer. They said, none of pain. We hear our arguments as a lawyer. They are going into assumptions and people's own opinions. You are speaking as a lawyer. Let's speak to the facts. Because you see, who started saying, yeah, NDC for a lawyer for a year, who is insulting them? Hold on. The Supreme Court itself, in its own decisions, say, decision we are. And some of the court are going to be but we are. You have every right to criticize them.
But not to insult.
Criticizing them does not mean you are insulting them. The fact that we see me disagree with them, no, what insult? Please, first, we have the men, we have the men. Say, who says they don't throw? And the mama can you have the men, we have the men. We are all lawyers. Let's deal with the facts. First, now, NDC for the way, but people are no. In fact, on foot to foot, they don't come near us.
Oh, chair.
Foot to foot, no. Foot to foot, they don't. But that is a discussion for another day. Now, my main concern of kindness. Share. In the first place, as a lawyer, wouldn't say there's a process to handle a case. And and so be Echo High Court. Now High Court my decision. No on the basis some constitutional articles. Now the parties involved say that constitutional article 94 2 Yen found Supreme Court to interpretation because you know that they are the only people who can interpret it. Now High Court no say there be made the men say me koso ayemadia no koso ye o koso ye no ni abe appeal appeals court. Now you can't say refer no what do you mean the interesting thing MPP for Frank Davis Nico can say they oppose us at that level. There is no need for interpretation. They opposed us. And I call appeals court. We made this say we canvass the same additional point of appeal. Also, they be omunini na ebani senye beti anu say there's no me no. Ade no so omun pray no, omun tiase no. No mama ko issue writ war Supreme Court say ade na e ka say interpreting ndie ma papa no ka say they be o rule here no. Say no Supreme Court interpret ade no. So as we speak now, there's a fresh writ in front of the Supreme Court, pending writ. I also interpret Article 94 2A. So what the problem? Now, I am happy you said something in differentiating between Sakande's process to start an renunciation, it was after the problem came. In our case,
before
1 year ahead. And in law, only that menstrual must meet with actus real. Menstrual here.
Trimpono.
Any action now.
Any action now by now say here. Eye cleanse ni trimpono.
Nana montuno.
Ni nana montuno.
Emuda ho.
Emuda ho ebobra. Ono o say 1 year maturako. The declaration of the intent alone should be able to vindicate him, say, one year na so body bone. And in a court 1 year ahead. And more so no. The Sawancho letter nangwa and renunciation certificate in Gababa. Now renunciation certificate no so a whole 2 to 3 weeks, 2 weeks to election. Electoral Commission friend what they a cultural woman. I mean, who in all reasonable terms, because when we are dealing with the law, we are dealing with the reasonable actions. Who say this man had intention to cheat Ghana or to do anything against the country. That's not
1 minute.
Okay.
Emra of filling forms.
Yes.
Nanka so kita in renunciation certificate.
That is your argument.
Secondly, signing say you don't owe any allegiance.
Yes.
That time no, not any no correct.
That is why.
Because it's not based on your written letter, but ought to be on the evidence from the Canadian government to say, say no, you to say, a citizen.
On the issue of allegiance, that is why we said that let's refer it to Supreme Court to what? To interpret it. Because interpretation, the better say, Tamna all sign, none the letter, no, is it enough to clear say, we renounce so and not unrenounce it? That's what from the very onset from the Cape Coast High Court. You see, there be Article 94(2)(a). No, let's refer it to it because your position is there. The moment the watch letter no come, was shown intensity on your Canadian bill. At that point, it's all be say, okay, they say, my name is Awasam. Watch letter Bema multimedia say, woman nyejuma bill. No, it's the same thing. Let me give my scenario. No, let me give my scenario. Please, no. This one is not.
Prime Minister so one lose there.
Now all issues process.
In his case, it's not. In his case, it's not like that. In only case, it's not like that. Me say what letter no 1 year.
Game no more.
Tear me, Nyabutre. Or letter no. And yana make a choice say, Onuntina you do hope you say. Yama interpret Article 94(2). Near who say, after the time of fill the form, no, was the letter enough or not enough? The Supreme Court only has that jurisdiction. And as we talk now, as we talk now, right now before the Supreme Court.
Yes.
In the Supreme Court, Eba Peka said the letter was enough. What happens to that judgment?
In my mind, I don't see that.
No, what happens to that judgment? Because that judgment is based on. You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer. We base it on Ebiam John Arabic. I mean, we born it at the right of Article 94. The judgment was based on this allegiance.
Yes.
Now, Moanga Sama Sandy and Supreme Court say Yenko interpret it because no, his understanding of the Article 2 said. As at the time of you're wrong. And yes, there be. And yes, and Yamfan go dream. We see there be and we'll boom rano. Say the cost of only a coaching and growing. Now let no crown na enough for. Sad judgment in the Sunday. It's gone. That judgment from High Court is completely off. And what we are saying is that yes.
You've been practicing over the years.
Yes.
Do you think, say, a letter, no?
Yes.
Will suffice
against
no maybe he doesn't
have the power. That is why
we can discuss my opinion. If you ask my opinion,
because the point is that
if you ask
we ask for renunciation certificate. I'm asking evidence showing in one letter.
Dear me say you ask my opinion. If you ask my opinion, I will tell you say. Once he has the evidence,
So how do you?
And the evidence shows that he has given you, and you know the interesting thing. Please, you know the interesting thing. We evidence letters from his lawyer in Canada showing that the call ABB, so at Marseille, he gave us that information. The evidence from the lawyer. You are a lawyer, that you are an authority when it comes to your client. And we asked for that evidence, and he brought the evidence to show, say, yes, he has renounced, or they are called home. It is the Canadian system that is delaying the process. So at Marseille, and so what I'm saying is that it's a candidate case, I'm going to try something. And you see, when we go to court, that's why I brought you the menstrual and the actus rules.
Oh, yeah.
We need to be able to establish before a criminality can be established by law. By law, before a criminality can be established, every judge will say he must first establish your intention. Yeah. And when we intention is no,
but 1 year is very fair.
I mean, so that's why I think
that
you
should have been patient and waited for the immunization certificate.
No, how?
But we have a process that is ongoing.
If I don't
maybe you are supposed to even make some payment to make that's part of the process.
The lawyer
says,
I think the lawyer it's still not sufficient. The lawyer gave all the evidence that he has satisfied all processes.
Hold on, the
lawyer has sold, and that is why the certificate finally came on the 26th of November. Let me be Mrs. Ultra letter, multimedia, the only multimedia.
It's not the same.
It's the same.
No, it's not the same.
Oh, Nabutre, meba. Nam multimedia. Multimedia.
What's your moka nyina mo?
Wonu omu niasem what letter ba, but omu nyen you ano. Michelle Abontina Michelle say, only multimedia yeduma, but
the marriage.
Practical, because law is common sense. Law is basic. Law is common sense. You know when we go to law school, but when we go to law school, we learn technicalities.
No.
You call law school. You call law school.
And am I over to me actually could.
Oh, when you go,
even the
evidence
or dance here, Chesa.
Oh, the second point they say, you bet me actually say, let her what tree. A beer for so be the next thing is say, be a watcher at the crowns. You bet me actually say. Who told it so to be $1,000?
And the lawyer said they have satisfied all those.
And now criminal record we crow.
And now when nobody else says you should I said 10 years, it because you invite to Krana Bra. Never answer questions. Equivalent to say one.
Well, a lot of your text messages, probably because of a brain, back home in the making kind of. Mama, good morning. Just a small question. Didn't Canada give him acceptance letter before the renunciation certificate? Okay, so Babawa, Obeboy, Amayeti Meisa, Adiana. But two things. The mountain goes, whether the mountain goes to Mohammed or Mohammed goes to the mountain, there's a dual citizenship matter here. While I know anyway, those of your messages. Na Ampofo-Adjei musician the late Ampofo-Adjei ne ba any yejbo multimedia na Ampofo-Adjei also the Ampofo-Adjei odi na order enne et happy birthday come on. And then the deputy communications officer for the NDC yanka say nua be ma Kokubuan also odi na order enne enti Koku be bia obi ano happy birthday sonko enko emma Koku happy birthday enko emma kwaso. We are back. Lots of your text messages, we'll have to just do the in-studio conversation of a woman of a radio text message. Also the Padrin share. Baba, yeah, shifting free, I had him say, na yenyama the Supreme Court to finally, but
no, we are going for a review.
For a review?
Yeah, we are going for a review, yes. We are going for a review.
There can be a 10?
We are going for a review. It doesn't matter. You see, it is not for only the decision. But it's to register our protest that we don't agree with their decision. It's not only for the decision. So we'll go for it. Oh, what time wasting? What time wasting again? When you nephew, what the time? So we have to register that, and we will go for a review.
Okay. Any new who has some kind of BBA or Honum Bassa?
Bet me a cabby.
No, bet me a cabby.
Oh, name.
Bet me a cabby.
Make be pa.
Ni price the control. In a wo. Open business obetimi akabi.
The reasons why times are tough, you know.
No.
COVID one again pass. Abambe on then we are still young pass. Or free fan. Abambe na yapo pass. Wa sembe na okay.
Na what be some going to am some pass. Be some say e don pass.
Asembe na okay.
Omen pass so na make
Abambe na pass COVID.
Oh, you see, one. Because of COVID, when him say, yankwada stay fee almost 1 year o man go school. Tina say scared because school me na no anya den. Yeah, you most majority of it. When him say, you can say, oh, me say about.
No, but I mean,
please,
come on.
Please, can you let me flow more? Can you me oh. That's the way you want to be coming to so we see time and time the want to be coming.
Now I'm coming up with you mama in the camera. I mean to be coming.
Two. Ministers. The whole about 1 year they can say minister be moon to quite. And I'm a boy. And no one so according to finance minister in about 230 something million a year save we your friends saying it's save from travels, foreign travels. World Bank my I am if my 1 billion, and I'm a boy. And they relief, God every 1 billion, 1 billion. And now I'm a from my 400 and one thing here, Chum, some way account to Mundominian. And for so one door soon.
Topic when I come.
And for so wonder in the moment you do that as a reason, so my thing because Ukraine, none of the Ukraine, okay. And now Ukraine and then I say and I'm on my wine.
Na COVID a Pascal we are seeing now.
Na a Pascal we are seeing. Nobody is disputing that. Wona wo hwe so wa Ghana no. Unsaka sikebi in fact most am photographer am for this get to do number. Inti omome be yankuntanjre. Omomeyen contention the COVID no relief nearby. Any say I say na kudro ahana ye omebun contention.
Baba setting on one question.
Okay, so
let us be open. Me say nyamini ni pen ni ewiase enema maiden me ngina ha enka se ewiase enema munyede omahe se first na me import be a container of towels from China. Na me shipping fee no $1,500 to $2,000 and then me share between $10,000 to $15,000. The cost of fleet no kwa any sika ba buy the shipping companies are Chinese companies and that. Me the one na say only other Gabriel Italy, France, US and other countries are bona na the ship no and multiply by 5 and 6. And yet I buy and who asem. And then me no ka say nyema bo UK, any US, any Germany, inflationary targets no all-time high in 40 years. E been see that. Now no nyina America pay ora Joe Biden. No okasa okabibi say enam Russian talk Assin. Oh no, I mean of course these are facts. Or see Putin invasion of Ukraine has driven up gas prices or cap fuel prices and food prices all over the world. 70% of the increase in prices in March came from the Putin price hike. Where America, man, paying. Or can I say American corn? Babia, and now all you are adding new crown, and one semaco heading or most European countries. Fertilizer, I can one semi, share Ghana, any other countries on producing fertilizer. Components are Omuyusu, Eddie, ammonia, modi, fertilizer, and I don't know. Ubenya free, Russia, any Ukraine.
Kangana sem
Kangana sanya mai ene de fertilizer nti se bi ni wa utumi nya bi ene ne maboa ye din wo Ghana no enye Ghana enye in isolation.
Okay emfa
what must say
emfa petrol
petrol bo akosoro aw ba bia
nti de na wo sa ban ne
ni abaye bia waye watibisu
oh yeah otidenso
watibisu na mu ndisi abaye mu ndisi abaye na mu no da mu ye mu ma ye da su for 5 years mu sabra na mu mu say Ghana for ye boy nsem adanko kufa mami cho in all these challenges, you know, Ampofo-Adjei to me didn't say by so between nursing teacher trainer.
Oh, Jai, no mundi, no mundi coffee, no mundi salmon open.
If your koso, a cassette, your bam, Ghana, how no koso, if I can send a coy and
Mancaso more too. Upon me, Cho said. It's better than what they've done over the period.
And this should not be a measurement.
No, see, of course. Me know ya and this version should never be a measurement for MPP. For you no more for. Me know ya what say MPP the baby yes they want to going for yes but me I can say
more from 14 I go to 40 more confident no
omanpanyin ene na pamfo ode nhye pa bi egu form betimi aboa opanyin before covid beba no na inflation na ye ka wasem ene nam 19.4 no na ene nam saying around 7-8 single digit since MPP buy ye beto 15.5 ye the ba 7 na ebe ne nam 4 ko this covid buy nti dey one am 2 sa na mo MPP opanyin ye hwe gidia my any other multilateral companies enya our my in my life na my dream and so die say be kwame kuma pension see say maybe bedru ye benya over 8 car assembling plants on be set up in Ghana. There are other African countries but they chose Ghana because when them say better economic conditions
doc we are brand here pa but who bought it in keke.
You can't question what you can't question. I'm not telling you. In some way, and then I will form my school. And this is buying. Put me to your place. You make school. Mamma, I'm coming to
the first year, no took 15 times. Of course, second year, no took 30 times. Betranam Kaze, Nanado. Eye kweku boga na contribute opetupa dodo na njimi and that time no e ma me no obi amu akora hia ha mrebi ma ekoye we me to redeem kweku boga me say papa you be pap akwantu wo ka say enema boy edin ayestro sikasema ye basa ye hu ye ho ano ama mo amodi stringent measures abase minutes kwa sika omoje na ye ntete so me say we no na wo ujitum say wo president ever private plane $19,000.
No, we don't have a figure.
We don't have a figure. Me my dream.
Okay,
for old one 14,000.
Obi any work for bibia.
Obi no could be sorry. Mama sorry. No problem. Mama tell me trouble baby. What your mama be both for me hu na me. Na me can say.
No could be any.
For old figure no 14.
Old figure figure.
Oh massa. A member of parliament, or could you to a black one? Ranking member, Wagina floor of parliament, Akasa. So you cannot say it is not. Oh, you cannot say it is not. Oh, Massa, the second team, maybe. Oh, let me finish. Okay. Generally across the world, we know the price for private jets.
If you do it that way, you are correct.
Generally across the world, no, you won't get any private jet out that of that standard below 14,000.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, president.
That's fair. That's fair.
Watch them.
Doctors, as I said, meeting on Friday. We are entering the Good Friday. Let's take care.